Buenos dias, familia. Good morning. It's your boy Silver, and I am still going on this Star Trek theme. It's just I don't know what happened, but again, like I said, I've had extra time now, so now I've been really into Star Trek apparently. Now I'm just bringing to my queue, and Star Trek just happened to be next, and I'm glad because as you can see from the previous episode from Strange New Worlds, it's been worth it. But let's talk about now an animated series called Star Trek Lower Decks, and kind of doubling down on what I've said before, where Star Trek just knows how to tell freaking good stories. Silly stories, apparently, too, to the point that it made an animated series where it follows a crew, right, of individuals who are the lower deck people, the people that nobody really talks about, the people that kind of just, you know, they make uh the ship run, but no, but you always see them as the back characters. Um they're the lower deck crew, right? They take care of the silly things like cleaning, maintenance, doing small silly jobs throughout the ship, right? And here we find a few characters, right? Beckett Mariner, who is the daughter of the captain of the ship. The ship's name is the Cerritos. It's a California class starship. And they have a very complicated relationship, which immediately you get to see on the few episodes of this 5 season long animated series. I watched it all already, by the way, 5 seasons. I powered through that so quickly, but it was so worth it that I would totally watch that. There's like few TV series that I could rewatch. This is one of them that I could watch like just on the back end while I'm like gaming or doing something else, as background noise because it's just so entertaining. It's like things like it's like Futurama or like American Dad, right? Or Family Guy. Like it's got jokes, got silly things here and there. It lands and makes you feel good. It doesn't distract you completely. Yeah, it's something you can watch in the back end for sure. But again, also, if you're experiencing it for the first time, it is something you should definitely experience on the front end. There was times where I completely stopped playing video games, or I completely stopped doing whatever I was doing just to watch this animated series. It was a great, fantastic watch. And by the way, it's an adult cartoon, so maybe don't watch it with your kids. It's up to you. I mean, I guess. Um, as a kid growing up, I watched a lot of adult things and I'm pretty well adjusted, but nowadays y'all are pretty fruity with how you handle things like that. I'm not a parent, so you do you, boo. Um, you do you, boo boo. Really? Whatever. It talks about not just Mariner, right? She's basically kind of like the main character, but also Brad Boimler. He's like this one. Okay, let me talk about the characters a little bit. Mariner, she is the I don't care about the rules. I want to do what I want to do. I'm here in Starfleet because shooting bad guys and aliens and going on crazy adventures, drinking a ton of different types of alien alcohol sounds like a great time. That's her, man. She's the rogue. She's the here's the problem. We're gonna get through it. I don't know how, but we're gonna wing it. And it's gonna be great. And at the end of the day, we're gonna go ahead and hit the bar and have a couple of drinks. Very exotic drinks that are probably gonna wipe our memories from the last 5 hours of our lives, right? And Boimler is kind of like the nerdy guy that she kind of adopted as a friend who is a stickler for the rules. He follows everything to the dot. He follows the rules, but he's also a big Star Trek fan. And by that I mean, thanks to him throughout the series, there's a reference to a lot of different things from all generations. All generations. He makes references to everything, and it's funny because they talk about things that don't make sense sometimes in the universe, and how silly some things are or were that happened in certain series and episodes. And they discuss it as a group, Mariner and him, right? Because they live in an era of Star Trek where it's much ahead, and they know so much more, and they've gone look back and seen all the errors of the previous creation from all these other starships and enterprises and Voyager, etc. There's so many references. I couldn't even begin to tell you one thing. Like 2, 3 episodes are focused on stuff sometimes and looking back on things. They also have two best buddies, Tendi and Rutherford. Tendi is man, I forgot her species, but essentially Turion, I think. Her species is known for being spice. I guess technically, yes. Space pirates. Uh they don't have a good rep. And she is one of the first of her people, her species, to join Starfleet, right? And she has to deal with a little bit of that sort of, you know, feeling like I'm not feeling, but it's not where I'm trying to stereotype. There's the word. She deals a little bit with the stereotype, right? But she's very positive. She's super bubbly, right? And throughout the series, you find out that she's so badass, dude. She's a little badass, okay? So don't immediately say, "Oh, Tendy's just going to be the bubbles of the team," right? Of the 4-man group, right? Because it starts off as 4, right? Uh, oh, wait, before I mention the 5th member, Rutherford. He is another character. He is kind of like the engineering guy, the smart guy, really quiet, silly. He has that kind of like squeaky voice of like somebody that you know is always cheerful and peppy, just like Tendi, but is also up for anything, very curious, obviously very intelligent. He is half cyborg. He has a lot of implants. And later on, you find out why he chose to add those implants. Because I think just like the series, I was talking about this recently. Orville, another good series that I think I'm going to talk about later. And some other episodes. Uh, there this if you ever seen the Orville, right, or some series where things start off kind of like silly, making fun, referencing other things that are silly and fun, and then eventually you get to know more and more about the characters, and then they start introducing like a lot of dark things. Not dark, but like you start seeing that people have uh history. They have baggage. And that's when you find out with Rutherford. He has like a history, a background that eventually unfolds and turns a lot of things upside down. Uh oh, so Tai Lin. Tai Lin is a Vulcan that ends up joining the lower deck team. Um she joins like around season 3, I believe, or 4, and she becomes the other science uh what are they now? Junior lieutenants. At this point, they've ranked up. They're not technically lower decks anymore. Um, and she kind of adds a little bit of a Tindy likes her at first, but then kind of adds this kind of sort of competition that Tindy kind of like needed, and it was for the best. But they end up being really close, really good friends. And so Thailand, I think it was like a really good balance, a good ad to give Tindy more depth, more character, and not just the bubbly character. I think we start seeing a little bit more of Tindy, uh, her character developing a little bit more because of Thailand. Thailand's just a Vulcan. I That's it, guys. If you know, you know. You know what a Vulcan is. You know how they are, the stereotypes. They're all pretty much the same. I can't say that she's half human, but she shows a lot of emotion and sometimes, and she seems to be very aware, self-aware. So, yeah, that kind of surprises me a little bit. And maybe she is half human, but I mean, if Lower Decks ever makes it to season 6 or like Upper Decks, because at this point they're all moving up. They're no longer considered Lower Deck. So I don't know if they would redo the series with something completely different. I think you should watch this series. It's been great. There's so many other characters that I wrote down here on my notes that I wanted to talk to you guys about because there's a lot of great, funny characters that this series has that adds so much to the story. Um, and it's an easy watch. It's just like a good series to watch, maybe for date night. Also, you know, go grab your Star Trekkie, your Trekkie significant other, and sit down and watch this. And you know, every day or for the next couple of weeks, power through this 5 seasons. It'll be worth it. I give this series also a cinco estrellitas de plata. 5 blue stars out of 5 because it was a great animated series. Another way to show that Star Trek just knows how to tell unique human and alien stories. Don't forget to comment. Tell me what you think. Do you agree it's a good series? Who is your favorite character of the Lower Deck crew? And who do you think I should have talked about a little bit more? Do you have a favorite character? Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe to the whole YouTube, Spotify thing. Would appreciate you. And nos vemos.